From being unfairly judged for being a Belarusian to getting undeserved hatred from everyone for something that's not even in her control. Here's why Aryna Sabalenka is the most hated tennis player in the world right now. This girl has been through some serious drama. Tensions have been running high between Ukrainian, Russian, and Belarusian players for a while now, and unfortunately, this drama has even seeped into the world of tennis. Experts predicted that this would happen, but no one could have guessed just how intense the hate would become. This is where Aryna comes in. She's caught in the middle of all this, and it's not been easy for her, let me tell you. The Belarusian star has been very vocal about how this dispute is creating chaos for her on the courts. It's not just the fans who are giving her a hard time, but also her fellow players. They've been sending her hate both on and off the courts because of her association with Russia. And to put it simply, it's not just online hate she's dealing with. According to Aryna herself, the hate she's getting in the locker rooms is way worse than what she's getting on Instagram. I can't even imagine what this girl must be going through. She exposed all the behind the scenes going on off court, and it was pretty bad. She says she's never faced that much hate in the locker room before. Now, we all know there are haters out there on Instagram, but in the locker room? That's a whole new level of drama. Sabalenka says she feels a lot of weird looks and probably even hate from some of the players, but she said she hasn't really done anything wrong to Ukraine, or anyone else for that matter, so a lot of the hate is completely unprovoked. People just don't like her only because she was born in Belarus. Imagine being hated on for something you have no control over. It's not like she chose where she was born, but Sabalenka says she's come to terms with it and she's not going to let the haters drag her down. She's not the only one, by the way. In fact, these tensions are affecting the whole tour. It's all related to the invasion of Ukraine, and the players are not holding back on their feelings. Ukrainian player Marta Kostyuk said that she's not friends with the other players from the rival countries and that they're at war at the moment. That's so crazy. And get this, Kostyuk also said that the requests from Ukrainian players to have an additional dialogue with the Women's Tennis Association about the rift has gone unanswered. So it seems like there's not even been any effort to resolve the issue. To make matters worse, Kostyuk lost to Russian player Anastasia Potapova in a straight-set defeat and refused to congratulate her or shake her hand at the net. That's some cold stuff right there.
I think no matter what I say, only Ukrainians are gonna understand me. That's why it was very, very helpful for me to come here and see all these girls who are struggling as much as me.
But you know what's even more heartbreaking? Kostyuk had Ukrainian flags draped over the sideline railings to support her during the match. She even dedicated her first career title earlier this month to people fighting and dying in the war. Even in the world of tennis, things aren't always sunshine and rainbows. And Aryna losing this Indian Wells match just opened the doors for more hate toward the Belarusian tennis player. It was a total bummer for Aryna, who had previously won the Australian Open and was looking to add another title to her collection.
It's even more enjoyable, I would say, after all those tough matches, and I really feel right now that I really needed those tough losses to kind of understand myself a little bit better.
But Aryna Rybakina, the Wimbledon champion from Kazakhstan, was not about to let that happen. Aryna had lost to Aryna in the Australian Open final, so this was her chance to get some sweet revenge, and she definitely did not disappoint.
In the end, it's just confidence to go forward, to keep on working, and yeah, I feel now good physically also, and I know if I'm gonna keep on working, the results are gonna be
beating Aryna in straight sets to claim the title. This was only Aryna's first win over Aryna in 5 career meetings, so you know it was a big deal for her. The match was a real nail-biter, with both players battling it out in some seriously tense moments. Aryna had the edge when it came to baseline play, but she struggled with her serve, racking up 10 double faults in the opening frame alone. Ouch. Despite Aryna breaking Rybakina to gain the first advantage, she handed back the break with a double fault as the Kazakhstani leveled the set at 4-4, and things only got worse for Aryna from there. Aryna had a couple of set points on her own serve in the tiebreaker, but she just couldn't seem to close it out. And then, on her 10th double fault of the set, Aryna finally took the win. It was a tough loss for Aryna, but it definitely doesn't excuse the hate she's received in the locker room lately. In fact, it was getting so bad that she even had to deny wrongdoings amidst the tension. I know what you're thinking. How can she deny something if she didn't do anything wrong? I mean, she's just a tennis player. There's no way she can can actually be an enabler in the war, but that isn't enough for the other players. For some reason, all of this still led to Sabalenka feeling the need to deny all these allegations. She talked her heart out about tennis's response to the Russian invasion, and while mentioning the hate she's received, she apologized for, doing nothing.
There will be days when not everything will go your way, so you still have to work hard and you still have to fight.
She said she had some weird conversations with members of the other team and that she tried explaining to them that she didn't actually do anything wrong. She can't wrap her head around getting all this hate for something she didn't even do. She also talked about tennis's response to the invasion and how she's been struggling with the tension between her and some of the Ukrainian players. But at the end of the day, Sabalenka knows that she did nothing wrong. She coldly said that she's pretty sure that the rest of the Russian and Belarusian athletes didn't do anything to the Ukrainians either, and that she's hoping this whole situation resolves quickly to avoid more tension in the locker room. It's all just a big mess, guys, and there's honestly no promise that any of this will get better soon either. There was a recent chaotic episode where Lesia Serenko withdrew from her match against Aryna Sabalenka because of a panic attack triggered by a conversation with WTA chief Steve Simon about the tennis community's response to Russia's invasion. It's just really sad that these things are affecting players so deeply, even when they have nothing to do with it. But you know what? I gotta give props to Sabalenka for staying positive and focused on her game. Despite all the chaos and tension in the locker room, she's optimistic that things will improve, and that's really cool to see. But there are also many different opinions on how to address this whole situation. Iga Swiatek is calling for more support to be given to Ukrainian players, while Victoria Aryzhenka has a different view on the matter. Aryzhenka suggested that Iga look at what has already been done before making any comments, and that they can have a more productive conversation that way. Pretty passive-aggressive, if you ask me. And you know what else? Sabalenka is hoping for some changes this year. She wishes the rules would be different for Wimbledon, since last year they have barred Russian and Belarusian players from the tournament. She's also taking the time to set the record straight on recent controversies surrounding her nationality and the withdrawal of her opponent Serenko. During a press conference after her win over Sakkari, Sabalenka expressed her offense at Serenko's suggestion that her withdrawal was motivated by her nationality. She clarified that none of the Russian or Belarusian athletes should be held personally responsible for the actions of their governments. In fact, some athletes from these countries were even helping relief efforts in Ukraine behind the scenes. The 24-year-old emphasized that nobody can control another person's emotions, but she believes that the WTA is doing its best to manage the situation. She also revealed that despite some players being portrayed as villains, some are actually working to help improve the situation. Well, for now, we'll just have our fingers crossed for Aryna. And that's all I have for why Aryna Sabalenka is the most hated player in the world right now.